Hi, my name is Tom Riggs. I am actually just a couple of months away from 62 years old. Um, I was diagnosed with hypermobile EDS about 5 years ago, actually by my physical therapist, who happens to be quite the expert in Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. She studied that and actually got her doctorate, giving her dissertation about EDS. So she's actually more of an expert than the geneticist that I saw. The reason that it took, the reason I say I got diagnosed about 5 years ago, my official diagnosis was only about 4 years ago. And probably a lot of you know it takes forever to get in to see a geneticist. And I was on a waiting list for over a year to see mine. But sure enough, I have hypermobile EDS. Lucky me. Um, so the thing about me is I I've had this obviously all my life, but I didn't know anything about it. I just thought that because I was a long distance runner, um, that my aches and pains were because I was punishing myself all the time. I ran for 30 years, um, covered over 30,000 miles in that time, and ran 30 marathons, including the Boston Marathon 3 times. Um, Even after my diagnosis, I kept running because I love it so much. I'm a freelance artist, but running was my passion. If there was a way I could have made money running, I would have done it, but I just wasn't fast enough. So I kept running and I kept hurting and I kept going to physical therapy. And finally, my PT got the feeling that there was something more than just the running that was making my body hurt. And sure enough, like I said, I got the diagnosis. But what what I think kind of sets me apart is I'm not letting it stop me. I'm finding ways to keep going, to stay active, to keep moving. And and I know a lot of people, it's not a choice that you have to stop. And there are a lot of people telling me that I have to stop, but I'm refusing. So I kept running for a while. I had 5 spinal fusions. Four of them were on my cervical spine, one is on my lumbar spine. I've had to have 7 foot surgeries in about the last 9 or 10 years. And I had promised my wife that if a doctor ever told me to stop running, then I would. And within a 2 week period, I had 2 doctors tell me, Tom, you really need to stop running. So I did. And fortunately, I had read in Runner's World magazine about this contraption called the elliptigo. And what it is it's like an elliptical machine that you would find in a health club or in plenty of basements, where they end up holding laundry. And but it's a bike. So it has handlebars like a regular bicycle, but the pedaling motion is elliptical. So it's the closest thing I could come to running with practically no impact. And because of the elliptigo, I am able to stay active and cover all the trails that I used to run on, not dirt trails, but paved, bike trails. And so I can cover all the trails I used to when I was a runner, but I can cover a lot more distance. And I get the same workout almost as when I was running, but I don't beat my body up quite so much. The elliptigo people actually did a study and they found that running on the elliptigo burns 33% more calories than covering the equal distance on a regular bicycle. So not only do I get to cover a lot of ground and do it fairly quickly, but I'm burning a lot of calories. So I can kind of stay fit and yeah, just stay active. To me, that's the most important part of this journey, is just trying to maintain who I was, and I guess blend that in with who I am now because of EDS. I am officially disabled, but I don't let that define me. I am still trying to stay active and fit and still be the person that I was before becoming a zebra.